Good morning, student. Now, today we are going to discuss about the Smith trigger circuit, another topic of unit number 2, Smith trigger circuit. Before that, we have studied about the comparator circuit and one of the application of the comparator, that is zero crossing detector. So that topic we have completed in our last lecture. Now, moving further with the zero crossing detector, now today we are going to discuss about the Smith trigger circuit. What was the basic problem of the zero crossing detector was, in case of the zero detector, whenever the input signal changes its level from the zeroth position, or suppose due to any kind of the noise signal, the level of the input signal is being changed. That means, if suppose, as shown in the figure, let the waveform is moving towards in negative direction, but due to some noise signal, the level of the input signal being changed from negative to positive. So as per the actual waveform, the output signal should move from negative saturation to positive saturation, and the level should be constant in positive saturation only. But due to this noise signal which is being added here in the input signal of the zero crossing detector, the level of the output voltage changed from positive saturation to negative saturation. That was the unwanted part which was being added into the signal, and we don't want that kind of the thing into the circuit. So this was the basic problem with the zero crossing detector circuit. So the zero crossing detector circuit was easily contaminated with the noise signal, and due to that noise signal, there was error generated into the output of the zero crossing detector. So that error signal can be minimized with the help of another kind of the circuit, that is called as Smith trigger circuit. So in case of the Smith trigger circuit, as we have used in the case of the zero crossing detector, there was only one level of the checking of the comparator. That means if the non-inverting terminal is connected to zero voltage, so whenever the input signal or the inverting terminal changes from zero to upper or lower, there would be the change in the output level of the signal. But in case of the Smith trigger circuit, we are calculating here the value of some threshold voltage, and that threshold voltage is denoted as either the lower threshold voltage or the upper threshold voltage. Threshold, that means that is the limit. If the signal would not be up to that particular limit, the output will not be changed. So that is the basic meaning of the thresholding. So here, in case of the Smith trigger circuit, we use the concept of threshold. So the Smith trigger circuit, as many times we have discussed, in case of the operational amplifier, there are the two inputs. One is the inverting terminal and second one is the non-inverting terminal. So based on that, Smith trigger circuit can also be designed either with the help of inverting Smith trigger circuit or as a non-inverting terminal. So first of all, let us discuss about the inverting Smith trigger circuit. So in case of the inverting Smith trigger circuit, input signal is to be given at the input inverting terminal of the operational amplifier, and the non-inverting terminal of the Smith trigger circuit is used here. It is connected with the help of some reference voltage, and feedback is also added. As in case of the comparator, we have seen that the comparator is nothing but connected in an open loop condition. That means the value of gain is very high, but here we need to use some thresholding. That's why a Smith trigger circuit is basically used with the positive feedback. Why? Because we need to enhance the value of the gain. The level of the output should not be changed when the level of the input signal is up to not that particular reference voltage level. So that's why here we are using basically the positive feedback circuit. So at non-inverting terminal of the operational amplifier, let here the value of voltage is V reference, and the value of V reference can be calculated with the help of this output voltage. So let's suppose, due to some noise signal present into the circuit, suppose the signal is contaminated with the noise, And due to that noise signal at the starting, the value of output voltage is at positive saturation voltage. Why? Because as I told you, in case of the comparator circuit or any kind of the positive feedback circuit, the output level of the output signal will be either at positive saturation or at the negative saturation. If the value of non-inverting terminal voltage is V plus is greater than V minus, then on that condition output will be how much? Output will be at positive saturation voltage. Output will be positive saturation voltage. But if the value of negative terminal voltage is higher than the positive terminal voltage, output will be minus saturation voltage. So these are the only fixed state in case of the comparator or any positive feedback circuits. So here, let's suppose due to some noise signal, the level of the output voltage is at positive saturation. So when the value of the output is at positive saturation, on that condition, this V reference will be what? Let that V reference is denoted as VR1. So VR1 will be equal to plus V set. Apply here the potential divider rule. So plus V set multiplied by opposite side of the resistance. Opposite side of the resistance is R2. R2 divided by total resistance of the circuit in that particular path. So in this particular part, the value of total resistance is how much in this path? R1 and R2. So VR1 is equal to plus V set into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Why? Because in this particular condition, the value of output is high. So let it is denoted as VUT. So VUT is upper thresholding voltage of this Smith trigger circuit, and the value of that upper thresholding voltage is how much? Plus V set into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So by this we may calculate the value of the thresholding limit. Similarly, when the level of the output voltage is at minus saturation, on that condition, that reference voltage can be denoted as VLT. On the value of VLT will be how much? Minus V set multiplied by R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So these are the values of the upper thresholding voltage and lower thresholding voltage in case of the Smith trigger circuit. I hope that much part would be clear to all of you. So this is all about the basic functionality, basic operation of the circuit. Now coming back to the circuit connection of this Smith trigger circuit. Now we are going to analyze this circuit, or now we are going to plot the output waveform with respect to the input signal. We will see how the circuit will change the output voltage based on the level of this thresholding voltages. So I think the fundamental of this thresholding voltage is clear to all of you. Now coming back to the operation of the comparator. If negative terminal voltage is at higher potential at positive terminal voltage, output will be how much? Minus saturation. It should be remembered to everyone in each and every condition. Then only you can operate the circuit now. And V plus, if greater than V minus, output will be at positive saturation voltage. So whatever input terminal voltage will be high, that same as saturation voltage you will get at the output terminal of the Smith trigger circuit. So when the level of the input signal is here, input is applied at the inverting terminal of the op-amp. Let us start from here. So here, when the value of input voltage is 0, on that condition, what is the value of upper triggering point? What is the value of upper triggering point? These are the triggering points. No? VUT, this is the value of VUT, and this one is the value of VLT. So when the value of Vin is here, then that means VUT is applied over here at non-inverting terminal. Now the value of reference voltage is what? VUT. So when Vin is 0 voltage, that means the value of inverting terminal voltage is less than non-inverting terminal voltage. That means the value of inverting terminal voltage is less than non-inverting terminal voltage. That means positive terminal voltage is higher potential. And if positive terminal voltage is at higher potential, output will be at positive saturation. There you can see that here the value of output will be what? Output will be at positive saturation voltage. Now when after increasing the value of more than, when the value of input voltage is more than this VUT, that means we are concentrating on this particular part. Then on that condition, what is the value of input? Input is more than VUT. Input is what? Input is more than VUT. Now on that condition, what is output? When the value of input is more than VUT, that means negative terminal voltage is at higher potential than positive terminal voltage. Negative terminal voltage is that higher potential, that positive terminal voltage. That's why the output has been shifted from positive saturation to negative saturation. That means what is the level of the output? Now the level of the output is at minus saturation. And when it is minus saturation, when it is at minus saturation, what is V reference? V reference is equal to VLT. That means the reference point is not VLT. And where it is VLT here? That means from this particular duration to this particular duration. Now the level of checking is what? Level of checking is VLT. Now with the help of this VLT, this input signal will check whether the level of this input signal is high or low. So from here to there, if there would be any kind of the change into the signal, due to noise signal, if any kind of the change into the signal, this output will not be changed. This output will be constant at that particular saturation voltage only. So this is the advantage of this Schmitt trigger circuit. That was the problem with zero crossing detector. Now, there was, if any kind of the contaminant signal is contaminated with the help of noise signal, the level of the output was changed. But here, the level of the output is constant. So with the help of this Schmitt trigger circuit, you will get the constant voltage at the output. If the voltage is constant, there would not be any kind of problem into the circuitry which is being connected at the output terminal of that particular source. So this is the advantage of this Schmitt trigger circuit. Now, when the level of this input signal is much lower than this, when we are talking about this particular, so here the value of Vin is lesser than VULT. Vin is lesser than this VULT. That means positive terminal voltage is now at higher potential that negative terminal voltage. So now again the output will shift from negative saturation to positive saturation. You can see after this the output shifted from negative saturation to positive saturation. So this is how the output waveform is changing from one saturation level to another saturation level. So there are two limits. One is upper triggering point and second one is lower triggering point. And based on these triggering points only, the level of the output voltage will change. So in between these triggering points, there would not be any kind of the change into the output. The level of the output voltage is constant. So with the help of that, we can generate the constant output voltage at the output terminal of Schmitt trigger circuit. So this is all about the inverting Schmitt trigger circuit. So this was the calculation of that. Now one more parameter is hysteresis curve. Hysteresis curve is to be designed with the help of that UTP and LTP only. UTP is what? Upper triggering point, and LTP is what? Lower triggering point. Upper triggering point is VUT and lower triggering point is VLT. So already we have calculated the value of UTP is what? Plus saturation into R2 divided by R1 plus R2, and LTP is what? Minus V saturation into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So from there this minus and minus plus, so plus 1 plus 1 plus 2. So twice of R2 into V set divided by R1 plus R2, or if we represent it in the form of the beta, so hysteresis voltage is what? Twice of beta into V saturation voltage. So hysteresis is also called as a dead band zone. So this is the region where actually the Schmitt trigger circuit will operate. So with the help of that hysteresis curve, we can design this kind of the plot. So here you can see that when the level of the input voltage is, when the level of this is positive input voltage, and here actually we are calculating the negative input voltage Vn, and these are the positive saturation level, and here it is minus negative saturation voltage level. So when the input level is much greater than positive, this Vin point, on that condition the level of the output voltage is shifted from positive saturation to negative saturation voltage. Now when the level of the input voltage is much lesser than this negative input voltage, on that condition the output shifted from minus saturation to positive saturation voltage. So this curve will rotate, go and back in between these saturation voltages only. So this is how we can generate the expression for the output. We can plot the output waveform of the Schmitt trigger circuit. Now the second one is non-inverting Schmitt trigger circuit. In case of the non-inverting terminal, so here the input signal is to be given at the non-inverting terminal of the op-amp. R2 resistance is connected at the input terminal of the Schmitt trigger circuit, and R1 is the feedback element. Let the value of current across this R2 is IN, And as the value of input current to the op-amp is 0, so same current In will flow across the feedback path. So this is the connection diagram of non-inverting Smith trigger circuit. So from here, what is the value of VUT? VUT will be equal to In into R1. Why? Because whatever will be the voltage drop across this feedback resistance, same voltage we will generate across the output. Same voltage will be generated over here. So what is In? In is equal to Vin minus Va divided by R2. That is the value of In. In is what? Vin minus Va divided by R2. But what is Va? Due to virtual ground, Va is equal to Vb and Vb is connected to ground. That means Va is also equal to 0. So from there, what is the value of In is equal to Vin divided by R2, or it can be written as from this particular path here also. Va minus V0 divided by R1, as Va is equal to 0. So minus of V0 divided by R1. So In is equal to V0 divided by R1. Substitute the value of that. So from there, VUT will be how much? Plus Vset into R2 divided by R1, and VLT will be minus Vset into R2 divided by R1. That depends whether the output is at positive saturation level or at the negative saturation level. Similarly, the hysteresis voltage is the difference of upper triggering point and lower triggering point. So upper triggering point is plus Vset into R2 by R1, and lower triggering point is minus Vset into R2 divided by R1. So from there, the value of hysteresis voltage is twice of Vset into R2 divided by R1. So these are the calculation part of the inverting Smith trigger circuit and non-inverting Smith trigger circuit. So this is the waveform of non-inverting Smith trigger circuit. So here you can see that when the level of the input voltage is 0, and at the non-inverting terminal, here the value of upper triggering point is VUT. So when the value of VUT is at higher potential as compared to this inverting terminal voltage, inverting is basically connected to the 0 voltage. So when it is lesser than that, output is at minus saturation voltage. And when the level of the input voltage is more than this upper triggering point, but the level of this input voltage is more than this upper triggering point, on that condition, the output will shift it from minus saturation level to positive saturation level. And this kind of the waveform generated rotate back in between upper triggering point and lower triggering point. So this is the waveform of non-inverting Smith trigger circuit. So actually that part was completely based on when the level of the upper triggering point and lower triggering point was same. See, why? Because here in both the calculation, the value of saturation voltage is fixed. If the value of saturation voltage is fixed, on that condition, we may move further with this kind of the circuit. So this is the basic circuit of the Smith trigger circuit. But let's suppose the value of this upper triggering point and lower triggering point is not same. As if the value of this upper and lower triggering point is not same, on that condition, we need to connect one auxiliary voltage source into the circuit. We need to connect one auxiliary voltage source into the circuit, and on that condition, the circuit can be modified by connecting one auxiliary voltage source X at the non-inverting terminal of Smith trigger circuit. So this is the modification. When this kind of the modification you need to done, when the value of UTP and LTP is different. When the UTP and LTP is same, no need to connect this auxiliary voltage source. But if the value of UTP and LTP is different, it's compulsory to connect one auxiliary voltage source into the circuit. Now, how this will affect the output and how can we calculate the value of output? Let's see. So apply KVL at the output terminal. Here actually we are applying the KVL. So from there V0 minus to plus, plus V0, then plus to minus, minus I into R2, then plus to minus, minus I into R1, then plus to minus, minus X is equal to 0. And from there, the value of I will be what? I is equal to V0 minus X divided by R1 plus R2. Now what is this V1? V1 is equal to total voltage drop across this particular path. So here the value of voltage drop is what? I into R1 plus X. So I into R1 plus X is equal to V1. So from equation number 1, substitute the value of I. So V1 will be what? V0 minus X into R1 divided by R1 plus R2 plus X. So this is the value of V1 voltage source. Now V1 is what? V1 is a reference voltage source, and that depends on the saturation voltage of the circuit or the thresholding voltage. With the help of that only we are calculating the triggering point of the Smith trigger circuit. So let suppose when the level of the output voltage is at positive saturation voltage, and how it's positive due to any kind of the fluctuation into the circuit. Let assume that the output is at positive saturation voltage. On that condition, V1 is what? V1 is at upper triggering point. So when V1 is equal to VUT, on that condition, this V0 is changed by plus Vset. So plus Vset minus X into R1 divided by R1 plus R2 plus X. Let this equation number 3. Similarly, when the value of V1 is equal to VLT, when it's VLT, when the value of output is at minus saturation. So when output is at minus saturation, the reference voltage changed from VUT to VLT. So substitute the value of V1 as VLT and V0 as minus V saturation. So this is the equation number 4. So with the help of this equation number 3 and 4, now we may calculate the value of upper triggering point and lower triggering point. And similarly, the value of hysteresis voltage. So hysteresis voltage is the difference of upper triggering point and lower triggering point. So from there, by subtracting equation number 3 and 4, this is the final value of hysteresis voltage. So with the help of this equation number 5, twice of Vset into R1 divided by R1 plus R2, we may easily calculate the hysteresis voltage in case of the Smith trigger circuit when the value of UTP and LTP is different. So one more thing you need to clear over here is that when the value of UTP and LTP is same, on that condition, no need to connect this auxiliary voltage source. Simply by simple Smith trigger circuit, you may calculate the value of output. But if the value of UTP and LTP is different, then on that condition, it's compulsory to connect this auxiliary voltage source. And in the problem, when you will face some problem related to this, you need to calculate the value of this. By using the same procedure, you may calculate the value of this using some. This is all disadvantage when we use the zero crossing detector. How we have rectified the problem which was associated in zero crossing detector with the help of Smith trigger circuit. Then two different kind of the Smith trigger circuit. One is inverting and second is inverting Smith trigger circuit. First circuit, when the value of UTP and LTP is same, on that condition we have derived the expression for the hysteresis voltage. And next or the last topic of this Smith trigger circuit, when the value of UTP and LTP is different, then also we have calculated the value of UTP, LTP and hysteresis voltage. So this is all about today's lecture. Now in next lecture we will solve some problem related to this Smith trigger circuit. I hope that much part would be clear to all of you. So thank you so much for today.